What's up, watchers of the Marvel Multiverse, and welcome back to the Marvelous Wave as we continue our coverage for Spider-Man No Way Home post-release. Yesterday, we released two videos talking about several deleted scenes from Spider-Man No Way Home, including an alternate ending, as well as a sequence where both Andrew Garfield's depiction of Peter Parker as well as Tobey Maguire's were going to talk about what made Green Goblin such a deadly foe. The fact being that the Green Goblin specifically targets the loved ones of Peter Parker. Unlike many of the other antagonists that Spider-Man faces, it is Green Goblin's sole goal to attack Spider-Man's heart, to make him as weak as possible by taking from him the things that he loves the most, something that both Tobey and Andrew Spider-Man have both experienced from their respective Green Goblins, obviously Norman and Harry Osborn. Today though, we have an additional deleted scene, this time involving Charlie Cox's Daredevil, who had a very limited role in Spider-Man No Way Home, and was relegated to just under a minute of screen time, but nonetheless a very satisfying cameo for many fans of the Netflix series. Before we jump right into it, we're giving away another Spider-Man Far From Home hot toy. We've given away 4 already. To enter, all you have to do is like the video, subscribe, and follow the basic rules in the description down below. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the deleted scene. In the scene involving Charlie Cox's Daredevil, in a sequence that was rumored heavily for some time leading up to Spider-Man No Way Home. A scene that was apparently filmed, but one that was later on deleted and relegated to a single scene with Daredevil included, because of the simple fact that Spider-Man No Way Home is such a packed film. Last week, the writers talked about just how difficult it was to cut out various key scenes from Spider-Man No Way Home, and how each of these scenes were very integral and had some amazing character moments, but again, they tried to streamline the movie as much as possible, ultimately a wise decision. Nonetheless, this left several big moments on the cutting room floor. Apparently, there were going to be 2 additional scenes with Matt Murdock. Well, one was going to be an elongated sequence from what we actually saw in the film itself, with Matt Murdock giving Peter legal advice. Apparently, the opening sequence was going to be Matt Murdock in a courtroom with Peter Parker, where he was able to prove his innocence against Mysterio, even though many people of the public still believe that Mysterio was completely right. In a court of law though, Matt Murdock was going to get Peter Parker off, which was then going to directly transition over into the scene that we saw normally in No Way Home. It was also going to entail the damage control of confiscating several key pieces of Stark technology in Peter Parker's possession. However, apparently he was able to hide from them the Iron Spider armor. We'd been hearing rumors for some time that there would in fact be a courtroom scene in Spider-Man No Way Home, and it appears as if they did actually film it, with this being the original introduction of Matt Murdock, Daredevil, into the Marvel Cinematic Universe on the big screen. But again, they decided to ultimately cut it out. It does make sense that this would transition directly into Matt Murdock telling Peter that it seems as if he's dodged his legal troubles, at least for the time being. Apparently, there were going to be a few more lines from Matt Murdock that explains how much he appreciated Spider-Man, and how much vigilante work took a toll on him, and how he knew full well how much it could, obviously hinting at the fact that he's Daredevil without coming right out and saying it. Matt Murdock, however, states that it's worth it to help those that cannot help themselves, and actively encourages Peter to continue his vigilante work, with these being the 2 deleted scenes from Spider-Man No Way Home that we've been hearing a lot about. And it's good to hear that they did actually film a sequence in the courtroom. But anyway guys, I'll keep this video relatively short as we don't have a ton of information on these scenes, but what are your thoughts from what we've been hearing? And what are your thoughts on the fact that they did actually film a sequence of Matt Murdock and Peter Parker in a courtroom where Matt was going to prove that Peter was innocent? What are your thoughts on Daredevil appearing in Spider-Man No Way Home, and do you wish that they had kept these scenes? Or do you understand why they cut them, and do you think what we got in No Way Home was ultimately satisfying? Anyway, my friends, thank you guys so much for watching and continuing to support the channel. Hit that subscribe button to assemble and join our team, and I hope you have a great day.